Hello, everyone. In today's session, which is about maybe 48 minutes to midnight, and it's going to be New Year, I'm going to show you how to write some colorful scripts in PowerShell, as well as PowerShell in Linux Ubuntu, and also PowerShell and Windows operating system, as well as Bash scripting. And it's going to be a very fun script. And the year is going to be 2025, which is going to be in 40 minutes, 45 minutes or so. It's going to be New Year and Pacific Standard Time in California. I live in Southern California. So I'm going to demonstrate these kind of scripts for you. And I hope you enjoy it and you learn from it. It's a lot of stuff there that you could learn from it. So just stay tuned and watch for it. Let me just go to the actual session. So on the previous sessions, I have demonstrated a lot of videos on these automation for PowerShell, Linux Ubuntu, Rocky Linux, Red Hat, and a lot of videos. So you can tell there's a lot for you, whether it's programming or object-oriented programming or function programming, such as R language, or Python is both functional and object-oriented, as well as there's C++, which is object-oriented programming. C is just functional programming. And I have done a lot of Bash scripting for you, a lot of awk programming, a lot of operating system, Red Hat, Kali Linux, and then Rocky, Linux Ubuntu, automation of PowerShell, and a lot of the technical documentation on this website that's already, these resources are available for you, as well as MyWebUniversity.com, which is a secure page. As you can see, there's HTTPS, this connection is secure. You can see the certificate is there, all of that. So everything is going through similar to YouTube. It is secure. MyWebUniversity is also secure, going through HTTPS, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure for SSL certificate, and everything is going through encryption. So this is mywebuniversity.com, which I have my YouTube channel in English and also my YouTube channel in Farsi. If you click on this page, you will be going on this one, and there's a lot of videos. You can tell it's about 1,600 videos. Some of them are full courses, whether it's Red Hat or Rocky or Linux Ubuntu or Python, and the full course is gonna teach you a lot. I hope you enjoy them. And also I have it on Farsi, which is gonna take you to this channel, My Web University in Farsi, which I have recently posted some videos for you, and you're welcome to start learning it. I have this video channel in English and then this channel in Farsi. So I speak both languages, and then I can understand both of them. I can read and write both, and then so I truly, I was born in Kabul, Afghanistan, and then at the age 19 or something that range, I just left Afghanistan because of Russian war. And I have been serving you on the YouTube channel since a few years ago, 2 years ago. And then that's why there's a lot of videos here. And then also on my university, I have a book that I wrote. The title is The Direct Path to Linux Ubuntu. This book is fully online. You don't need to install any Linux or Unix kind of operating system. Everything is at my cloud on Linux platform, on Linux Ubuntu in particular. You can practice all 14 chapters online for free. It's all available for you. Each of these chapter, whether it's basic, intermediate, or advanced, it will take you to a very, very good table of contents with comprehension documentation, as well as PDF files. On all of these ones, there's more than 32,000 PDF file that I have for Linux Ubuntu, Linux Red Hat, Linux Rocky, and then a lot of programming languages, Go language, Fortran, Java, anything that you can find the manual pages, you can see it on the Node.js, everything. Python on this URL documentation. So you can never just stop learning. It's going to be thousands of pages available for you. And then at the same time in 4C, you have the channel. So without further ado, let's get to the script today. And then as you can see, I have MyWebUniversity running as a Linux virtual machine here. So I'm going to just type in my password because the screensaver kicked in. So I'm logged on already. As you can see here, I'm on this user is Wahid at hostname algorithm, and my current directory is PowerShell directory here. So if I just say anything here that I can do command lines as well as Linux, I told you that Linux comes with also packages with PowerShell that is integrated on previous videos. So if I say which PWSH, PowerShell is available. File user bin PowerShell, you can see it's a symbolic link to this one, which is Microsoft PowerShell. And it's a version 7 long-term support. So if I say PWSH, PWSH is going to take me to PowerShell. It's going to run that one. And notice that the same thing that says version 7.4.6 and it's long-term support. LTS means long-term support. You can also do a git-host and that will give you the information on PowerShell version here. You can also do a dollar sign, you can do it as an object, git-host, and then followed by the version that will give you that version. And if you want a major one, you would do a dot major and then minor. These are kind of like hash key key pair value. So version and then the value and instance ID and this information. Everything you can see that it is available for you, that you can get that information. So why am I showing you this? Because currently I can do a clear screen. I can run Linux commands as well as PowerShell commands. What does that mean? I can do a PS and I know that I'm on bash. I could say get end password Wahid, for example. You can see that it is giving me my information, ID-UN. It shows that I'm logged on as Wahid. And then if I say echo $ shell, I can see that my shell is there. I could also do echo $ greater 0 or PWD $home. All of these shells are available. $PWD and uppercase, and then PWD is also current working directory that's there. So if I change the directory to my default one, clear screen, now I'm on the default one, PWD is there. But notice my $PWD, it is saying where my home directory is, which is get end password Wahid. That is just saying that this is /home. It doesn't matter where I go, the print working directory is my current home directory that is pointed at the passwords file. If home is this field is actually there. So this is user ID, this is a placeholder for the password, and then this is user ID and number, this is group ID and number, this is the actual name, and then the path to home directory, and then the shell I'm using. There's a lot of information there, but let's get to the actual script here. So if I go to programs and then PS, and then I say, okay, I'm on this directory. Is there any file with PS1? Yeah, there's one, say Happy New Year PS1. So if I want to just open it with Vim, I could just say vim and then the path to that one, because I'm on the current directory. There's dot means open it from the current directory. So it is just not open, but let me just see why. Oh, that was automated YouTube. That's a different script. It's not on that directory. So if I just say happy start, and then I know that it's there, I could say vim./happy and tab. Now that file is open. Notice this script is written in PowerShell. So I put it in the script, which is saying that call the environment executable file to load the PowerShell interpreter with this shebang. Shebang meaning that if I just use this binary, and then I could just load any interpreter, whether it's Python, whether it's Bash, whether it's ZSH, whether it's PowerShell, whether it's Corn Shell, C Shell, Ruby, Perl, anything, you just pass it on, and then it will, the following after this one will be the instruction that say, okay, the next command has to adhere to the syntax of PowerShell in this example. So this is comment, and I just add the comments saying that I'm going to just say Happy New Year. And notice the time on the current time on Pacific Standard Time is 11:24 p.m. So I'm going to run the script somewhere close to the midnight as well as now, just to show you the differences. So just to go through these lines, let's just say set and u on the vim or vi improved editorial. You can type in this instruction saying set and u for number. Now you can see the line numbers. So if I say go to line number 1, you will see that my cursor is pointing to line number 1. So line number 1 through line number 9, or comment with a pound sign. And then the first line number that is giving a variable declaration is 11, says years. And then I want to just go through year between 2020 to 2024, and that range. So it doesn't matter, you can start from year 1, but then your script is going to just go a little bit every second through the loop to just go to all of it. So I wanted to minimize it, so I start 2020, 2021, and until 2024. Then I'm just this message that I want to pass on, in this case, Happy New Year. And then the new year is, I also hard code the new year because I'm going to run the script at the time that I want to run it. But if you just want to run it at a particular date and time, you could just pass it on as a message saying that, well, you could just say, for example, $ now is equal, and then current date. This would just be there, and instead of new year right here, you could just say YY, and then change this one to now, $ now. So whichever one you want to just comment that, like for example, I just want to comment this one because I don't want to just show that 2025 and then the time is just hard coded here. But you can run it as an add job, as a cron job, to actually match the midnight 1 second past the midnight. And so you could do that one as an add job or as a cron job, or just run it manually. So since I'm running it at the time that I want to display this one, I just put now. Let's see if this one is commented and this one is going to execute and show the current time. But it's still going to say the number 10 all the way down to 1, and then it's going to just print that character. These ones in PowerShell is tabs, which is backtick, and then the letter T. In Linux and Unix and Windows, you normally do a /T, \T, and then that would be tab. On PowerShell, you do a backtick and then T. That's also there. So then also I'm using the laugh out loud cat utility If you have not installed it there, on my previous videos, I have installed it, so I'm using it there in PowerShell. But on PowerShell, you can also use the out underscore rainbow that is there. So I'll demonstrate also on Windows side the differences here. And then as you see a lot of the information here, it's very useful, and that I'm going to go through them and just one by one. Let's see. If I clear my screen and say cat minus n, and then rather than automate, I'm going to say happy new year. And you can see that script is there. So if I don't want to cut it, I just want to run it, I could just simply say this. Because it's executable, it's going to say Happy New Year 2020, 2021, 2020, all the way 24. Then it counts down 10, 9, 8, all the way to 1, and then it says Happy New Year. And then at the same time, it prints the current time because I say it at now. If I just wanted to run the hard code, obviously, I could do a vim on the Happy New Year, and just instead of now, I could just run this one and say, go ahead, comment this one, but the message that I'm saying New Year, that one is running. Let's just show both of them now also. I don't want to show you the one and then run it. I'm going to show you both because you can see that when you hard code it, it's gonna just always say that one, even though the time is off. And that time is actually the current time. So if you run it at a particular time, then you can cron job it and submit it. And notice that this is saying that the current time is Tuesday, December 31st, but the hard code time says January 1st, which is not right. That's why I commented. But if you run that script 1 minute or 10 seconds before the midnight, then this could be right. So you could just comment this one in order to and just do the new year, and then just say go ahead, comment this one. Now I showed you both instances of it. Instances of it. I'm going to just run it this time, and you can see. Sorry, I'm going to run it right here, and then it's gonna just only show the current time, which is accurate. So it's not hard coded. It is really cool, huh? So you can also use these URLs, resources that, as you can see, I'm hoping that everybody is looking for peace in the surface of Earth. We had a lot of troubles this year, unfortunately, and we still want a peace everywhere. So a lot of innocent people are just suffering, and we just need a peace everywhere. And then at the same time, you can see that some of my resources, I said online learning, you can get all of these ones through MyWebUniversity, MyWebUniversity.com and YouTube.com. And obviously, these are hardly available as URL, so you could Control S and then click on it, and it will open YouTube, my YouTube channel here. As you can see, it opens the channel for you, and then that would be the 4C version. And then at the same time, if I close this one, obviously every video that you click on, you can watch those ones. And then at the same time, if I go to the English version, this one by default, if you open it, it opens it with XDG dash open. And then you can also use Chrome or Firefox or another one browser to open it. That's also your choice. They provide it on Linux, Ubuntu, all of them. So you're welcome to watch it, and then just go to videos and just start learning a lot of stuff. So this is the YouTube channel, I'm sorry, the Linux Ubuntu with PowerShell, right? So as you can see here, I could run a PowerShell command. I could say, for example, echo let's say, Happy New Year. If I just say this one, 2025, 2025, you can see it is just saying simple text and white color. But if I wanted like a laugh out loud cat with some colors, every time I run it, it goes to a different color set. You can see here. But if I want to say -A for animation, you can do animation on it. And as you can see, the animation, you also have the frequency -F for frequency, and then you could just say let's say if you want to just always to be 0.0001, it will always go green color. Doesn't matter what it is there. You could just force it to do that one. There's all kind of option with the laugh out loud cat utility. You can see if I just don't provide any arguments to it, it's going to wait for my input. But if it I say dir command and then say this is the dir command, and I say laugh out loud cat, I could get the output every time I want to run. I get a different message, right? At the same time, with laugh out loud cat, you could say laugh out loud cat -H for help. You could see all these arguments of whether it's frequencies or duration or animation. All of that options are there. At the same time, if you want to open multiple files, files are separated by commas. So laugh out loud cat F dash through G, it opens a number of them, and F comma G will open file with F and file with G name. So the options are very clear here. At the same time, when you're in PowerShell, you have these other commands called out dash rainbow. Okay, so if I say which out dash rainbow, it is on this platform. If it is not available, it is available on the on the Windows version for it here, which out dash rainbow. It is since it's which is not gonna show actually, which is not a Linux command, so which is a Linux command, not PowerShell. So you can do this one. But if I say, let's say I say echo hello, and then this one, and I say laugh out loud cat, it says that one -A for animation, or you could say out dash rainbow, and then you can see out dash rainbow is not here, but let's see if it is available on PowerShell on Windows. And like here, I'm on the Windows operating system info 5 more. We can see I'm on a Windows operating system, Microsoft Windows 11 Professional. So I'm also logged on as administrator. So if I say, for example, dir, and then pipe it to out underscore rainbow and dash animate, and it will just run the directory command with animations displayed. All the content of that directory has many of those files are there. It's really cool, huh? There's a lot of stuff there. So I'm going to run my script on this one. So I'm gonna Control C out of it because I have a lot of stuff there. And I'm gonna say, let's look at the content of my script here. If I look at the directory store.ps1, there's a lot of them, and then I'm going to say directory happy store.ps1. So that's Happy New Year is the one. So if I say get dash content, and then say Happy New Year PS1, you can see that script is there. By default, it's showing that color, but I could say laugh out loud cat. If I have already installed the module, then it's gonna just display the colors of like a rainbow colors there. You can see the colors changes. If I do dash frequency 0.001, then it's always green color. You can do a number of those things here. You can also do a write dash host or write dash host dash foreground, and then the foreground color, like for example, if I say yellow, it will just write it in yellow. And I showed you those ones last time. It's like green would be doing green and so on. And then cyan is a good color here, cyan. And some of these ones, it comes with dark cyan, but not light cyan. Dark yellow, but not light yellow. So if you just type in light yellow, it gives you a syntax and it says, these are the colors that are supported. So you have to say like dark yellow, and instead of light, then it will understand it. So that's that. And then the script that I showed you here with get content. So if I just say how many line is that one, you could say measure dash object. And since measure get dash alias measure is a alias for measure dash object, you could simply type in measure here, you will get the same thing. And if you want only the number of lines that are there, dash L would be there. And then if you want to just get the content of it, you could just say this. And notice that if there's any line in between them that are spaced, it also get counted. But on this file, if you look at the same one and say cat minus n happy new year, you can see the number of lines are there, 31 of them. And if I say word count minus L, you can see it's 31 here. And if I just do a measure dash L, it's also shown 31. The nice thing about these utilities that are when you're in PowerShell, which is my PowerShell prompt here, I can run a Linux command as well as PowerShell command, but I can mix and match them also. That's very, very good for integration. So if and there's a command that you memorized in PowerShell and you're just on Linux and you forgot about word count minus L, you just use the measure and it will still work for you, or vice versa. So let's go back to the Windows, and now we have had this command prompt right here open. I did the screen. Let's run that happy things. But before I do that one, I want to just check out the number of years here that not notice I checked it from 90 to 7. That's a lot of time. So I'm gonna do it 2010 on. That way I don't have to wait for too long. So about 14 seconds or less, and then each one of them will just be displayed, and then it's gonna go through the year. So this is the version that is on PowerShell integrated standard environment. You can run this script inside PowerShell integrated. You have to be inside a terminal to run it because all those utilities that it converts the graphic, it is for the terminal emulator. So let's get to the script, and we just say happy New Year. This is how you run it too. So it says each year like 2010, and then in animation it goes through them, and then the tabs are just moved it to the center somewhere there, and then 10, 9, 8, 7, and so on all the way. And then after it's done, it's going to say Happy New Year 2025. And then notice that it says hard-coded Wednesday, January 1st to this. But the actual current time is still about 19 minutes left to midnight. which is still 2024. So I'm printing both time, but this is hard code. At some point, when you run this one at midnight, this time and this time should be accurate. But depending on how many seconds I'm waiting here, then this may be a few second difference here. Peace for all, online learning, YouTube. The nice thing about these ones, you can just start them also from command line here. You could say start and then copy this line here and say go to this channel, and then opens it for you, the channel. So you could start learning there. As well as if I go back to the same screen here, and notice the next one is if I say start dash process, or just start, which is the alias for the start dash process, I want to just say run this one, and then it's going to just open MyWebUniversity there. For MyWebUniversity, as I mentioned to you, this is MyWebUniversity.com website. It's secure, and then I have two kind of channels, YouTube channel, which is English, and then for C, and then also the books. So if you're learning PowerShell, for example, go to one of these chapters, like chapter 4, for example, and then start practicing these ones on the Linux command. A lot of stuff here that I showed you, and then a lot of nice videos that is explain each one of them one by one. And then one of my best friend's son, which is also studying computer science, told my son that he really, he's a computer science major. He really enjoyed these audios and videos and books and everything that's online available. It helped him a lot on the project. He's a computer science major. And I want to just thank you, Zabi John. His name is Zabi Zahvari. And then I just want to say thank you for letting me know that this helped you. In your computer science major at the University of Davis. So that's awesome. That's very good, and that it helps you there. There's these 32,000 PDF files. Whether you want to get on Red Hat Enterprise Linux here, or PowerShell here, Windows, or Windows Help, or Linux Ubuntu, or Rocky. For example, on PowerShell, you can just come back here and say all these commands are in PDF file. So if you search, for example, git-process, you can see that it is available here. And then at the same time, like all other ones, let's see if git-rainbow was at that version at the time that I did. Yeah, git rainbow is not there, but git string and other ones, if they're on a higher version of but I have to generate it again on these PDF files. And then for me, it's easy. I just have to run my program that I just did this one, and I'll run it again against it, and it will generate all those other ones that are missing here. Well, it's not missing too much. It's about 1757. So then I could just generate it from the command lines again here, and then put it there. I'm not gonna go through my code on the PDF and other ones, because a lot of the stuff is that unfortunately we cannot just release everything to public. It has to be, something you have to hold it for yourself. And then if you are interested to learn it, I will show you stuff how to do it yourself also. So and then these PDF files are available here. And if you're looking for, like, for example, on Linux Ubuntu, one of these ones are Ubuntu right here. So you can click on these ones and you can just search for all of these PDF files. Like, for example, I was showing you the bash. You can just type in bash and then search for it, and then bash.1.pdf. It is just there, and you're welcome to learn and start it there. Okay, so let's get to use this one for show you what is on PowerShell on this one. So basically, again, these lines are comment, and then I'm clearing the screen, and then goes to from this here to that, and then the rest of the arguments are similar to the way I showed you on the Bash uh, terminal on the PowerShell on Linux Ubuntu. So this is very similar, the syntax here. And then I'm going to also, this is the script that you could do here. You could run a lot of stuff here. So you could say one to this, if we want to say hello world, for example, and then run the rainbow or something. Notice this one, I'm just saying this, but then the out rainbow is not going to work like this, or this. Actually, because this one is going through a for statement, and then out rainbow is going to undo that one. And then if I say dash A for animation, it's gonna just do the same thing, hello world for animation of that one. And so make sure that whenever you pass in these arguments, if you're using this PS items or a variable, you do it outside of the scope of this one, that variable is not available. So don't pass on after the pipe a variable that is part of the for each statement. And it would not work. That's all I'm saying. So that is good for Windows. And then let's get back to Linux. And then I'm going to demonstrate another one. So like right here, I am logged on a PowerShell terminal here. So if I just exit out here, I could say cat minus -netcos dash release. You can see I'm on Ubuntu 24.04. So here, if I just say pwd, I'm on this current directory, and then host name is my web tutorial. That's a different host name than the one that I was showing you here. So here, let me just show you. This is also Linux. So on this one, it is a different version of Linux Ubuntu. Let's just make sure first I say cat minus -netc os release. You can see it is 22.04. And if I just say uname -a, you can see the information. Host name, this one is algorithm. So I'm on different machine. I run a different file system and everything here available. So the one that I was showing you for the command lines here is actually MyWebUniversity page that I'm going to just demo the same script on that one. So notice if I do a PowerShell, I have installed PowerShell version there also. And if I say object get dash host and version, you can see it is this. And then dot major is showing version is major is 7. Because it's a hash key, every key in a pair values. Like if I wanted the minor, I get 4 also. So that's how you get it. And revision would give you -1, right? Revision and then -1. So you can get those parameters. But if you don't specify any of them, you want a version, it's going to give you all 4 of them. So we're here, we could clear a screen and say what script I have here with PS1. So cat -n happy this script. Notice this script I wrote it and then it is doing the same kind of thing. So I could run it happy this, and then notice it says I did not provide the full name, happy, and then tab, and then now it's going to run New Year 2020 and 2021. So no matter which graphical user interface or terminal, these commands are going to work with that. because if you're on PowerShell, you have to say run the script with env of pwsh, and then these tools are there. Okay, so this is one of the script here. But let's see if I could go back to my directory called shells, and here, and then see ls minus ltr, and then see if I have anything lately, clear screen. I could say and then tail -5. See if I have anything on this one. The one that I have is last time I did it, open URL. That's different. I want to do the same thing here. Go to my shells directory, and then notice I have a lot of shell script right here. So if I say do a word count minus L, there's 81 of them. But if I say ls minus ltr and tail -5, show me the last 5. Notice I have happy new year.bash and happy new year.sh, and 2 of them. So I'm going to cat -n with happy new year.bash. This is a bash script. Notice that the same script that I wrote on PowerShell, this one is written in bash. So the syntax, everything is coming with bash. And now I have a message on the $sign message was for PowerShell. And bash, you don't have to say $sign when you declare it. When you declare it, but when you use it, you have to say $sign for the message. So this is the same thing with that one. And this time I go through a for statement with the sequence of 2024. Notice the syntax is different, so I constantly have been working on these environments. It's very easy for me to just change it on the fly, and then I hope you learn it because a lot of these things I learned, and you're gonna benefit it at your work, at your school, and you can train other people as well. So now let's say I did this one, and I want to say quit out of this one and clear screen. And not, I didn't need to quit because I had cat. But if I say then, this one will open it in a very nice interface with the colors and everything, and you can see the line numbers and everything. Okay. If you like, I will put the script also in the description. But because some of them, they might have a greater sign symbol, unfortunately, YouTube channel on the description does not allow any kind of greater sign symbol. They are thinking that you're creating a file or something with piping, but that is because of security. So if it is there, I will just put something like -GT for greater than. But like these symbols, sometimes you cannot put it on that description. If you didn't know, now you know. So I'm gonna run that. This script say happy new year.bash, and notice it's going to do the same thing. This is a bash script .bash extension, and so you can see it is doing exactly the same way, except the syntax of bash was different than PowerShell. And I could do the same thing with Python or C or C++ or any other language. You could just once you learn it in one language, and looping and function and writing programs are going to be a piece of cake, depending on how much you are working. Like if you work on math, the more you work on it, it's like a fire that you blow under it. It's just keep the fire is still not going to distinguish. So or extinguish. And then the same thing with computer stuff. When you just learn it, the more you practice, the more it is there. Notice the coloring is on this Ubuntu is very nice interface and everything. So that's one of the thing. And then just I saved a good thing for the last. So this one is if I say ls -l tr store.sh, and then tail -2 or -3. Now notice that this lowercase happy new year is another script that I wrote here and that's also on PowerShell. So I don't have to be in PowerShell to run it, but yeah, it doesn't matter because PowerShell is integrated. You can run it inside there or just run the command outside. So if I exit out of PowerShell, notice I'm right here on this PowerShell directory, and then I could say and go to the shell directory, shells, and then now I'm on shells. So cat -n happy new year dot sh, it will just tell me that this is the script content. If I say file happy new year dot sh, it says it's a bash or bourne a script, right? Sh bourne shell. So if I want to execute that script, it's going to clear the screen, then it's going to run it. So let's just run it. Happy new year dot sh. Because the file has to be executable. If you just do it like this, notice it is going to just clear the screen, and it's gonna do animation of Happy New Year 2025. And then after that, when it puts the current date and time, which is not yet the new year, so 11:58, as you can see, it is just there. And then it writes it with the frequency, so it's always going to show green. Otherwise, the coloring is a little bit different every time you do it. And then let me just take this zoom out of my view here, because I couldn't read the bottom here. But now I can do it. So if I say clear screen here, clear the screen here, and say date, and notice I'm on this directory, pwd cat -n happy new year.sh, and you can see that it does a clear screen there, and then it runs the time also. The date, when it runs it every time, it will print it. One time with the frequency is going to change it differently. So if I run the same script here now, the date is this, I could say, go ahead and run it. It's almost time to do it, but Happy New Year. Happy New Year.sh. And it is midnight now, so 12 o'clock, and then I should get the Happy New Year. And congratulations to you all that are watching and looking at it. You made past midnight, and then I hope you learn from it, and I hope you like it. And Happy New Year to you all. Peace and love to you all. God bless, and then make sure that you support peace everywhere you go. And then if you know something that somebody else doesn't know, and try to help them, because there's always somebody in a less privilege than you are in some content, and so you just have to support others as well. And you can see here the time changed already 30 seconds, and if I just do the same thing, it is there. You can also just run the command with cat Happy New Year.sh, and just paste this line, for example. Sorry, write one of them. This is just going to copy, and then this would just do the same thing that we want to display, and then the time is and that's the 2025. And now if I run the time with that laugh out loud, paste that one, you can see that it is generating that information. So every second you run, the current time it's running there. And then also on the Windows side, if you just come back here on the Windows side, because I did it on Windows side with the syntax, if I just go back on the Windows side, and then I did the now, so this one is already good. If I just comment this one, we don't need to use the hard code. we save it, and then we come back here and then run that script here. Let me just move the zoom out of the way, and then we just say run the script, which is this one, and it's gonna do that thing. So we just heard that big boom, congratulations, it's New Year. And then so it went through 2010 all the way to 2024, counting down from 10 to 1. And then after that, when it says Happy New Year 2025, and notice that current time is already changed because the time is automatic change on the system. It's now 2 minutes past 2 minutes and 33 seconds, midnight. So peace for all. Start learning at MyWebUniversity.com, my website, as well as my YouTube channel. I have a lot of resources, and I hope I can serve you, and then you are going to just join the channel and then subscribe and support as well. God bless you all. And then the same thing, if you speak Farsi, this is my Farsi channel. And if you are just going to the website for documentation, there's thousands of documentation here. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.